Hello everyone, Dan14 Prime here. Want to do a video share today with you guys with the Iron Studios 1/10 scale exclusive Doomsday. I've had my eye on this piece for well over a year, since it was the exclusive down in Iron Studios home turf at the Brazilian Expo at least a year or more ago. I had been waiting for it to make their way up to the States via Sideshow, and it had done that finally through their virtual Sideshow Con that was just a month or so ago. This piece is really big and beautiful at 1/10 scale. For me, Doomsday is one of those characters where it's cool. I mean, Death and Return of Superman was going on when I was a kid. I actually read the omnibus a year or two ago when that was reissued. So great nostalgia there, but for me, he's not a character where I would ever see myself putting a quarter scale or 1/3 piece in a collection. So this nice 1/10 scale piece works perfectly for me. Hey, before we get started, if you're new to the channel, and you like collectibles like this Doomsday, Hot Toys, quarter scale, 1/3 statues, please subscribe. I've always got cool stuff I'm happy to share coming into the Prime Empire. And for everyone else, of course, any like or comment you can leave below helps the video and channel out very much as well. So thank you very much for that. So I mentioned this piece was big, quote unquote, for 1/10 scale. Check this out here. I've got their exclusive Bane there on the right. Again, 1/10 scale. He's a pretty big 1/10 scale piece, and Doomsday is like time and a half the size of Bane. Doomsday is about 11 inches tall to the top of that hand, about 8 inches wide. He pretty much stays within the footprint of his base, and he's pushing about 10 inches deep because of that lunging pose he has. Now these two are my only 1/10 scale Iron Studios pieces, but I really like these couple exclusives. I'll definitely be keeping my eye on their exclusives going forward, and hopefully they'll continue to do more and more cool villains like this. And oh, by the way, maybe it's me, but I think these exclusives are much better done than their typical just DC 1/10 line. But in terms of price, that Bane was something like $115, probably give or take $10, and Doomsday was around $225, let's say. So you're definitely paying for all of that extra bulk and size, but I gotta say, totally happy, great value for money for each of those statues. They might each still both be out on Sideshow. I'll have a link down in the description below. Sideshow, Amazon, eBay. As always, any shopping of those links just supports the channel at no cost to you. I do very much appreciate that. Check out through Sideshow through that link. If these guys are there and you like what you see, pick them both up. You will not be disappointed. So jumping in, take a closer look at this guy. You can see the base is just sort of the smashed rock. He's got these cables, which are sort of like what was tying him up as he was breaking free, breaking out of this outfit, which was containing him. You've got the Superman logo ripped off the chest. You've got the Wonder Woman rope here. And then you have this just loose batarang, which I couldn't find that it would necessarily go anywhere per se, so I sort of just lay it on the base. That's all cool. I mean, if you're a purist to the classic scene, you know the A-Team Justice League was not involved. It was like C-Team, and then Superman had to come and save the day. Batman and Wonder Woman, Green Lantern, etc. They were not involved in this mix-up. It pretty much left Supes one-on-one with Doomsday because he made short work of that B or C Team Justice League in the original comic. But you can check out this rock base, you know, solid but not spectacular, but good enough. Definitely some nice smashing where the footprints go. It definitely looks like stone and rock. There's some shading there. So solid, well done, but definitely Doomsday himself is the shining star of this piece. And let's just start to take a look at him just from the lower angle here. You can see the boots. Nice shading through there, you know, green with a lot of black, heavy shading over it. You can see the tears even going through the boots. Got the metal things going on there. You know, his skin there with the bony structure underneath. It was like dang near unbreakable. That's all there and looks good. I think the skin looks good, so it's very classic comic book. It looks really great. There's the outfit again, all nice and textured. Shaded, you know, his little bones sometimes even sticking out up here out of the thigh, ripping out of the knees. Again, some tearing across the bottom of the boot. He's got a black sole as well, so looks really good. He's, you know, just thick, stocky, big dude. Really good shading, some wrinkles kind of in the pants and everything, the creases. So yeah, really does look good. I'm just sort of noticing more leg here and, you know, more pants still on here. So really sort of dynamic in terms of how he's just coming out of this, I guess, costume, I'll call it, but like this thing that was kind of imprisoning him and containing him to some extent as that story developed. Then just coming upstairs, you can see here he's like ripping away his shirt with this hand here. It's all nice and tightly just sort of sculpted through his grip. That looks really good. You know, big muscle arm. Some nice two-tone going on there and how they're using the skin and the shading. Different kind of gray and some light accents there, particularly even on the bones, even lighter. So good use of color through all of that. Solid sculpt where he's just like big, bulky, but he's not like super shredded. So that makes a lot of sense for this guy. Bones coming out of the back and everything. Some good anatomy in the back there as well. It's just like a thick, muscular kind of build, but not necessarily every muscle sculpted in. So it works really well, I think, for him. Coming along the other side here. Does look good. Even through here, then, you can see all this just sculpted, shredding, tearing the shirt. It's got the abs going through there, the chest, and then this head sculpt here. I love this one. This is kind of, the first look where he's starting to get that that mask off with those odd red goggles. There is a swap out head, which I'll show you. And then here, I just want to get you an angle this to really get underneath it because he's got that leaning, reaching pose. So just to kind of get you into the chest a bit, you can check all that out. Got all these spikes coming off his chest. It goes into his shoulder, sticking out around his neck that were really nasty and everything. You can check out the face sculpt a bit better right there. Very, very cool. And while we're here with a pretty good angle of the face, we'll just pop this head sculpt off. And then here we basically get into the alternate, which is just basically fully unmasked. It's really a lot the same as the other one. He's got the hair whipping around the back, all the spikes in the face, the scowl going on, but just obviously no mask on his right side. Then here, just let me come a little bit higher and sort of back up a bit just so you can get the effect of that lunging pose coming at you. Again, the big claw hand. You see that hair, just how it whips around the back. Looks really cool. Big spikes coming off the shoulder, there and there. Spin them around here. So, yeah, I do like the pose. I like the pose very much. I think it's cool. Arm reaching up. He's sort of leaning, but with the arm up like that, you still get a lot of height and size from this guy. There you have it, guys. The Iron Studios 1/10 Doomsday exclusive statue. It delivers. Like I said, I was waiting on this thing for like a year since it was a Brazilian convention exclusive. Finally got my hands on it, and it's even cooler than it looked in pictures. I was surprised it's a bit bigger even than I expected given the size of Bane. So at $225, really happy with that pickup. Makes for a nice little complement piece into your bigger, broader Superman collection, especially if you don't want to do quarter scale or 1/3, something like that. For a character like this, which is going to take up a lot of space and a lot of money, this is a great way to represent Doomsday in your collection. So again, to see what drops into Prime Power next, please subscribe if you're not down below. Like, comment. What do you think of the piece? What do you think of this 1/10 scale Iron Studios statues? We know they're doing some big, big things with X-Men, and that's really cool. As I said, links down in the description below to pick up your Doomsday or frankly any shopping through any of those links. Easy way to support the channel at no cost to you, so thank you very much for that. I do appreciate it. Thanks for checking out the video share out, and I'll see you next time.